Hi everybody. Right, so this is number 2 in the Dresden plate set of videos. It seems to work better with shorter blocks. I can get it up onto line. Okay, so what I'm going to show you with is I'm using this template, which is a 12 blade, gives me 12 wedges around, but the technique that I'm going to show you is exactly the same whether you're doing 8, 4, 20, it's the same. So if you're using one of these templates, you cut it exactly as it is. If you're using the paper template, don't forget to add a 1/4 inch. Okay, so I've got one blade. This is a single colour, obviously I'm not adding anything else. So laid it on top and I've cut it out exactly. So now what I'm going to do is fold right sides together, and from the folded edge I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch out. So hopefully you can still see me. Oh, I've got to turn the volume up as well, so I'm going to speak a bit louder. Okay, so I've sewn a 1/4 inch across the top edge. Now what I'm going to do, just to reduce the bulk, is I'm going to trim just that corner, just a tiny piece off there, and then I'm going to turn through, and if you've got some little tool like this or the end of a pen or whatever. Now we're not pressing the seam allowance flat, but the seam will naturally want to go to one side or the other. So I'm just pushing through, so I've got my point nice and sharp, and whichever way that seam wants to lie, push it over so that the seam is running in line with the midpoint of the segment. Okay, now can you see where the point is? But we've got no raw edges. Right, so then you would continue making the rest. Now, just a slight variation, which gives a completely different effect, is put the centre of your template or your paper, whichever you're using, and these were leftover jelly roll strips from the Lone Star quilt. So I've lined up the midway with the seam line between the 2 strips and then cut out. So I've now got 2 pieces in 2 colours. Do exactly the same thing. Turn this one through when you've trimmed off. Trim that little piece first. And this time we've got it with 2 segments. So have a go with those. Hopefully the volume works better on this video. I will shout if I have to, and continue to make them. And in the 3rd video I'll show you how to assemble them. Okay, good luck.